All right, so we are going to start working on our underwater picture. It's going to look like we are down at the bottom of the ocean looking up towards the surface, and we're going to see animals swirling around us. So we're going to have a square piece of paper. You need to write your name and class code on the back, and you're going to flip it over. After you do that, you're going to need some supplies. You're going to need your egg carton, and it's going to have your colors, all right, white, black, and then if you're using blue, it's going to have blue. If you are choosing to use a different color for your ocean, then you're going to have that in a separate container, but you will use the white and the black that's in the egg carton. You're going to need a mixing palette. You're going to need a water cup. You're going to need a paint brush. Large paintbrush or medium or what you want to get. Now, this is not watercolor paint. It's tempera. So when you take your brush out, you need to try to get as much water off of it as possible. Notice. You don't hear anything because I'm not tapping. I'm just wiping it on the edge to get the extra water out. So what's going to happen is we're going to make that value chart again. We made it on the piece of paper, your handout, and you will have that with you. And we're going to make our value chart again. So we're going to start with white. The white is going to be wherever we want it to look like it's the sun beaming down, or where the center is. The center doesn't have to be in the middle of the paper. You can have it off to the side. So I'm going to have mine kind of off to the side. Okay, and you can see there's a little bit of very pale blue in there, and that is okay. So it's a small circle. It's about the size of a golf ball, about the size of a golf ball. Then what I'm going to do is I am not going to clean my brush right away because I've got to mix another tint. So I'm going to get the paint on my mixing palette. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to wipe the extra water out. Then I'm going to get a little bit of blue and I'm going to mix it with it. Now I'm going to paint around the white. So we're going to make it like a circle going around. So when I run out of paint, I add some more. This is not watercolor, so it's a thicker paint. Now, I've got this. I've just got to add more blue to it. I don't need more white, I just need more blue. So now I'm going to add more blue. I'm going to mix it up. Now, I'm going to paint around that. So it's a little bit more blue. When I come to the edge, this is nothing to panic about. You're just going to carefully paint right on past it. So now that that section is done, clean my brush. You can see I've started to run out of that paint with the white in it. That's kind of what we want to happen. So I'm going to scoop out the blue. I'm going to mix it up in the spot that I was in, not all over the mixing palette. And now I'm going to paint the blue here. So I start painting the blue around. Wherever I get paint on the table, I'm going to clean it up later. If I start to completely run out of blue, then I'm going to get more blue, which I have. So I'm going to scoop it up. Put it right here. So now that I've got the blue with nothing in it, now I'm ready to start adding a little bit of black. And again, a little black goes a very long way, so it should be a little bit of a change. So not a lot, but a little change. If you like the lighter or tints a little better than you like the actual dark colors, then you want to make sure that you have a few more tints showing. So you want to use a little more of the white area and have more of the lighter colors. When my brush starts looking like this, that means that I need more paint. So that tells me I gotta clean my brush, get some more paint on here, clean my brush, try to go with that same tiny bit of black that I first had, and then fill that in. So I'm just going back, making this band nice and wide. From there, now I'm able to add a little more black to this. If I see that I'm going to start to immediately run out of paint, then clean my brush, get more of the blue on there. Get a little more of the black. Mix that up. So I'm going to keep working on mine, and you'll see what happens in just a second. So you can see I've gotten my entire paper done. This now is going to go on the drying rack. You need to hold it with literally one hand pinching on this side, one hand pinching on that side. So when you carry it, you're not going to drop it. If you put your hands underneath and carry it like a tray, it's going to fall off because it's very wet. So this is what goes on the drying rack. Okay, so now that I've gotten my value chart done, I've got to clean these. So how I'm going to do that is I'm literally going to bring my water cup. I've got my mixing palette. I'm going to leave my water cup right here. I'm not going to do anything with it just yet. I'm going to take the water. I'm going to turn it on very lightly. Notice, I'm not doing that. Very, very lightly, I'm turning it on. Then, this doesn't do anything. You got to use your hand and you rub the paint off. You're not messing up your hand. Okay, so now that I've gotten that done, you can see how they're hanging up here. You may or may not be able to reach. If you can't reach, that's okay. You just ask for help and I will help you put it up. So it hangs on there. Then you take your water cup and you're going to turn the water on gently again, pour the water cup out, rinse it, put the brush under there, put your water cup back on the tray, and you need to put your brush in the correct container that is pointing up. So the brush inlet, there's a sign right there that tells you how to do that. If you see a brush that is not in the right spot, then you need to make sure you get it in the right spot, because we all have to work as a team together to keep everything right. If you have paint on your hands, then of course you would wash them. I don't, but my hands are wet. So I'm going to take one paper towel. I'm going to dry my hands. I'm going to toss that into the trash.